I don't know you, but I'm guessing that all of you might know me, because my story is one that has been told before. I was one of those kids that didn't have disposable income. I was one of those kids that, when applying to college, had to live by the mentality of where can I go instead of where do I want to go. But more importantly, I was one of those kids that found the perfect intersection between can and want in a small campus in Iowa. Now, my college visits probably will ring true to all of you. It felt like I was on an assembly line that jumped from a monotonous conversation with a counselor to a welcome video to, of course, the very uncharismatic campus tour. But all of that changed when I came to Grinnell. I was surprised about how individualized and how intimate my visit was. But more importantly, it was real. It was authentic. And it's nothing I had ever felt before in a college. So when I left that day, I told myself that going to Grinnell would be my dream. So I ended up applying, and I guess my essay wasn't half bad because I got in. And I got into the class of 2020, but unfortunately, my financial aid wasn't good enough. But much like every single Grinnellian all of you know, I said, you wanna know what, I'm gonna try it anyway. So I scheduled another visit, went in front of financial aid. Any other college would have shaken my hand and said, well, good luck wherever you end up, but not Grinnell. The woman I talked to looked me in the eyes and said, okay, let's see what we can do for you. 3 weeks later, I'm sitting in my house and I open a letter I get from Grinnell, and they had increased my financial aid substantially. Grinnell took a chance on me, and I decided for the next 4 years I was gonna make sure they made the right one. Now, when my dad dropped me off at college, he screeched to a halt in the middle of Main Street and started laughing fit. He pointed at the buildings and said, this is your downtown? And he's like, hey, the best skyscraper you're gonna get here is your dorm building. But he ended up being correct. But he was right in wondering how a city kid born and raised in Chicago would make it in the cornfields of Iowa. But if it tells you anything, this past summer was the first summer I've had in college that I didn't spend in Grinnell. Now, the 2 summers I did spend here, one I worked for Development and Alumni Relations, and the other one I worked for the admissions department. And one thing I found through my experience there is that there are immense commonalities between current students, prospective students, and our alumni. Now, one of the hats I wore through those roles is phone-a-thon manager, but back when I started my first year, I was just a caller. And I have to say, I know those calls can be annoying, but someone's gotta make them, so I apologize. But I remember an amazing conversation I had with a woman from the class of 1964 when I was a first year. And I talked to her about what I wanted out of my Grinnell, and she told me what she got out of hers. And I realized that even though I was talking to someone where there were 40 years between us, we were very, very similar. So I brought that up in the conversation, and she started laughing, and she went, well, of course, honey, one thing you'll learn is that when it comes to Grinnell, same people, different time. And that's something that stuck with me ever since, because it's one of the truest phrases I've ever heard about Grinnell. Whether you're a prospective student, a current student, or alumni, every student walks into Grinnell knowing that they want to change the world. Do they know how they're gonna do it? Absolutely not. I'm about to graduate, God knows I don't. But every Grinnellian walks onto campus knowing that they are a part of something bigger. And that is what, to me, makes Grinnell worthwhile. Now, at Grinnell, you get to be yourself. I've met people from dozens of different countries that have proven to me who I am in a global context. Because at Grinnell, I'm not 1 in 13,000, I'm an individual. And I'm happy to say that after 4 years at Grinnell, Grinnell's my home. And the amazing time I've had, I have all of you to thank for that. It's because of alumni giving that I was able to go abroad in London. I was able to work in Parliament and sit in the prospector. And I was able to sit in the bench as Theresa May unveiled her Brexit deal. It's because of alumni giving that me and my best friends are able to run a pub quiz every Wednesday, or why I'm able to serve on the Student Alumni Council. Whenever I have a goal, and I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to achieve it, I don't worry, because I know I have the support of each and every one of you to help get me there. At Grinnell, you have the opportunity to come in with a dream. But the best thing about Grinnell is that you know that every Grinnellian you lock eyes with is going to make sure that that dream becomes a reality. Grinnell is a place where I learned to become myself. It's a place where I hit my stride. I got to live on my own. I met some people that I know I'm going to love for the rest of my life. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak in front of you today. Thank you for taking a chance on me. But more importantly, thank you for allowing me to be at an institution where all opportunities start with a simple phrase, you want to know what? Let's see what we can do.